Lil-E talk. Cause who the heck is Ted?
Hello everybody, this is Lil to the E. I know it's been a while and I know you missed me. I am here with the special guest Lil-E, also known as Lily Marie Antonini, my sister. And she is going to be telling us a bit of her new album, which is now out. Everybody got to go on that link in her bio. Alright, so Lil-E, I want to tell you something. I'm going to ask you today, which song is your favorite and why? How did this song come to life? Please let us know. Let the audience know. We have been waiting since 1902.
Thank you so much, Lil to the E. It's always an honor being here with you. So I think that my favorite song of this album would have to be Feel This Way, which is also called Guilty as Charged in caps. This is a funny story because I made this song when I was with someone who I felt like I was giving him my everything, and sometimes I felt like they also really loved me and cared for me and all that jazz, but you know, there was times where I felt like I wasn't enough for them because they would, escape. Like, I was kind of invited into their life, and I understand everyone needs their space and they're they need some alone time or time to be with friends and stuff. I totally understand that. The thing is, when you're invited, when you're the guest, I guess, it kind of feels weird for someone to just leave you alone, so that's kind of where this song was coming from. They had a piano and I was able to use it. I always used it. Beware, if you have a piano nearby, I may make 1,000 songs on accident, even if you don't. But yeah, so that's kind of what happened. I usually just randomize my improvs on piano, start saying some gibberish, singing some random melodies that come to my head, whatever. And it was kind of with that emotion in mind, that kind of melancholic emotion of, I wish that our love and all that jazz was equal, where there wasn't a dynamic, power dynamic or whatever you call it, where one's up and one's not really up, and differences and stuff like that, the huge. And so I think that's what I was thinking in that moment. That's why the song kind of sounds maybe a little bit sad, but hopeful, maybe happy and in love in a way, because it's I want this. The thing is, I was I'm not a big fan of sad songs, as all of you know, and I do make them because I know a lot of you guys like them, and I want to make you guys happy before I make myself happy. So, of course I make them. But I was okay, I don't really want this to be full out sad. I don't want this to be the message, that you love someone and they may not love you. I don't want that. I've sung that before. I want something different, something new, something that not every song has. And nowadays, I noticed that a lot of songs are about a guy cheating on a girl. That stereotypical thing. And I'm wait a minute, what if the girl cheats on the guy? So I was okay, when I make music, I like to make scenarios in my head. I've said this before. I like to make music videos, plots of what I'm going to sing about. A lot of them are fiction. Maybe 80% of my songs are fiction, which means they're not real. They're not personal. But I do have some personal songs, and I'm never going to say which is which. You're just going to have to find out and listen to all my songs and find out. That's the catch. But yeah, so this song is kind of an imaginary story where a girl cheats on a guy and she feels this way. She feels this way for a long time. He probably really loved her and she didn't, or she didn't know, or whatever. It could be whatever you guys want to make it also with the story. And so she cheats on the guy, let's say. And then years, she's still missing this guy. She realizes, oh, he was so good to me. He was maybe the only guy that ever was nice to her or whatever. And she's how could I have been mean? It's that story where you're mean to the good guy and you go with the bad guys. That's kind of the vibe I was going for this story. And in my head I was okay, there's gonna be a girl, there's gonna be a guy, she cheats on him, but she still feels this way. She still misses him. She is guilty as charged. And she wants to rekindle that relationship. So that's kind of where I took the song to. I was there's not many songs about that. Let's invent one. And I think it's kind of interesting how we as artists have power to change what we first started out doing, So yeah, and I love the song. I love the melody. I love that emotion. There's still some sadness in there. I kept the original emotion in there, but I also added a bunch more that I made up. And I think it's really cool that we have the power to do that as humans. You know, all humans have this power and creativity. And thank you so much, and I hope that you enjoy it as well. God bless.
Take a trip to LA, tell you how much I regret that day, show you that I've changed and beg you to please stay. So I'll start to type up a hello, hello, start a conversation casual, ooh, then I'll break character and say I'm sorry for making you feel that way, pleading